London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
The history behind this famous nursery song is the story of old London Bridge. A story which begins in 1176, when it was decided to build a permanent bridge of stone to unite North and South London. After the bridge was finished in 1209, it was sanctified by the addition of a beautiful two-story chapel over the central pier. And rows of elaborately designed houses were added over the length of the bridge, transforming the plain Gothic structure into a thing of such picturesque beauty that it was acclaimed one of the wonders of the world. The street floors were rented to merchants who did a bustling business, drawing their customers from the tide of traffic coming and going over the bridge. The upper stories of the bridge houses were elaborately furnished apartments with projecting bay windows and rooftop balconies, where residents could enjoy the invigorating air off the river and contemplate the spectacular view. Little wonder that Hans Holbein and William Hogarth and many other famous painters chose to live on London Bridge. On one occasion, a tournament was held on the bridge, and spectators crowded every available space to watch two knights prove their courage in glorious combat. London Bridge was often the scene of spectacular displays and lavish celebrations, which marked great moments in English history. While living on London Bridge was both grand and glamorous, there were times when it was equally hazardous. Now and then, a cargo ship would break away from its moorings, and a bowsprit would come crashing through a window. The greatest threat to the bridge and its inhabitants was fire. One such disaster occurred in 1666, when a fire started in the King's Bakery in Pudding Lane. At first, it was of little consequence. Then, suddenly, a strong east wind spread the fire beyond control, and it swept across the city and onto the bridge. This was the famous Great Fire of London, which reduced the world's largest city to a vast panorama of ashes and charred rubble, and left London Bridge a bare and blackened ruin. During the reconstruction of London, the bridge houses were rebuilt, and its endless tide of humanity returned. But as the centuries passed, London Bridge began to feel its age. A lot of water had passed under the old bridge, undermining its foundations. The intense heat of the fires had dangerously weakened its arches, and heavy timbers braced the tottering houses as violent tremors ran throughout the whole structure. The once magnificent bridge, which had been the pride of London and proclaimed as one of the wonders of the world, was declared a public nuisance and was ridiculed in rhyme and song. Finally, on July the 4th, 1823, the death warrant of the old bridge was signed, and it was demolished. And a new bridge was built in its place, the London Bridge, which stands today. But the original London Bridge still lives on in the famous old nursery song.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Shake and quake, oh London Bridge, have a ball till your arches fall. Jump and jive, oh London Bridge, my fair lady. And that's the truth about Mother Goose.
The whole truth? The absolute historical truth? Well, as far as we know,
that's the truth about Mother Goose. Now you solved the mystery. That's all we know. That's all the show. We'll close our book of history.